There was a schoolboy named Gustav. Gustav was a child who liked to fall asleep while the teacher explained the lesson in class. The teacher always reminds Gustav about his attitude. Once when the teacher's patience was over, she shouted,
"Gustav, this class is not a place to fall asleep."
Gustav that heard the teacher said that. He replied,
"Well, then my house is not a place to study."
The angry teacher replied.
"How dare you talk back to me?"
Gustav replied,
"That's how a conversation starts, isn't it?"
Saying the teacher and Gustav act like that, Gustav's classmates thought to themselves,
"Sometimes I'd also like to live in dangerously."
The teacher replied,
"Gustav,
"Yes, ma'am."
come to my office after this school."
Gustav that come to the teacher office after he succeeded to make his teacher piss off. The teacher asked him to sit in front of her and asked him to call his parent. After his father arrived to the office, he soon asked the teacher,
"Why are you calling me to your office room? I got a work to do."
"My apologies, sir, but I'm calling you here to tell you about Gustav. He has been acting up this lately."
So, he also liked to acting up like this in home. But I never call you to my house like this.
The teacher heard this feel very upset. Gustav saw his teacher like that. He replied,
"Teacher, I feel sad seeing you like this. I promise I will not repeat this action again and will be a good child."
One day the teacher fell bored in her class while waiting for the school bell to ring. When she was bored, she wanted to try to entertain herself by asking her students questions.
Students, instead of waiting for the bell to ring, how about we play a quiz? Whoever can answer correctly is allowed to go home first.
The classroom was immediately filled with the happy voices of children. When the teacher was about to start her question, a small eraser was thrown and hit the teacher's nose. The teacher, who was in pain, said,
"Who threw this eraser at my face?"
Suddenly, the class became silent and no one dared to answer the teacher's question. Then little Gustav raised his hand and said,
"I was the one who threw the eraser, man. Can I go home now?"
Hearing this, his seatmate said it to his other friend.
"Look at our friend here. He's got guts. Maybe bigger than we've ever had do before."
One night, 4 teenagers were staying up late and playing games at their friend's house, even though tomorrow was exam day. They planned not to take the exam tomorrow. They also made plans so that all 4 of them could not take the exam. Plans were made. The next day, they texted their teacher that they couldn't take the exam today because their car tire was flat. The teacher replied to their text, "Then I will make a schedule for you to take the exam the day after tomorrow, in the afternoon." That day arrived. After school, they went to their teacher to take the exam, which they had not yet taken. The 4 of them were placed in different classes. Each of them was given a piece of paper containing 2 questions. The first question is worth 1 point because it only asks for names, and the second question is worth 99 points. This question contains about which car tire is flat in that day. One day, a group of 3 friends were gathering at a place to eat. One of them was a policeman. At night, they were joking and having fun like friends. Then their police friend made a small challenge for his 2 friends.
Okay, hear me out. I will make a challenge for both of you. Which one of you can make more people stop using drugs in the next week? Then I will give him a gift.
Hearing that, the 2 friends agreed to take part in the challenge and agreed to meet next Sunday. The next Sunday, they meet again in the same diner, and like a friend, they were joking and having fun. The police friend asked about the challenge that they agreed last week.
So how the challenge going?
Quite well. I managed to make 25 people to stop using drugs.
Wow, how do you do that?
I use the 2-image method. The image on the left is your brain before using drugs, and on the right is after you use drugs.
Nice. And what about you, friend?
I managed to make 100 people stop using drugs.
100. How do you do that?
Well, I use the same way, but this one used to circle. The circle on the left is your ass.
One day, there was a couple who wanted to eat ice cream. They approached the nearest ice cream stand and ordered a couple of ice cream. While they were waiting for their order, the man wanted to smoke in their seat. While he was smoking, suddenly a woman came to the man and said,
"Excuse me, I want to tell you that I am pregnant."
Hearing this, his girlfriend immediately said,
Oh, so you're playing behind my back now.
No, I don't know that.
Seeing this, the pregnant woman said,
"Oh, I didn't mean that. What I meant was I'm pregnant. Please don't smoke around here."
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry for my misunderstood. Haha, sorry, babe.
One day, the teacher wanted to know what her students would be like when they grew up. She immediately asked her students in front of the class.
Students, I want to ask something. What is your dreams when you become adults?
The students immediately answered.
I want to be a doctor.
I want to become an engineer.
And then it was Gustav's turn.
Teacher, I want to be an astronaut. I will fly out of space, and I will destroy all the asteroids that will hit the Earth. And when I come back to Earth, I will be a billionaire. I will go to the clubbing place every night, and I will looking for the most beautiful woman in there. I will give her a home, a Bugatti, and a private plane, so she would happy to be with me. Ha 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 ha.
Okay. What about the next one?
Teacher, I want to be Gustav's woman.
One day, there were 4 billionaires who were reuniting after not seeing each other for 25 years. One of his friends went to the bathroom when they just started talking.
How is your son doing now?
Oh, he's good. He works as a rich banker in Citibank. 2 weeks ago, he bought his friend a news car in this city.
Well, my son is also a rich person. He's a pilot, and 2 weeks ago, he gave his friend a private jet.
What? Same with my son. He is a house contractor. And 2 weeks ago, he also gave his friend a house.
Not long after that, the man from the bathroom returned.
What are you guys talking about?
Oh, we just tell about how successful our son are. What about your son?
Oh, my son. He's a gay, and he works as a pole dancer in the club.
Oh, that's definitely disappointing.
Not really. 2 weeks ago was his birthday, and he was given a luxury house, a private jet, and a new car from his 3 boyfriends.
One day, there were 2 women who meet in the afterlife world. It seems like they could immediately meet because they died on the same day. At that moment, the first woman said,
Hi, if you are here, it means you already dead.
Yes, I didn't think I would be leaving so soon. How did you get here?
Well, you know that everyone can't stand the cold, right? So I can be here because I'm freezing to death. And what about you? Can you tell me how you can get here?
Yeah, so when I was still alive, I felt suspicious that my husband was cheating on me. I think like that because, that night, when I called him while I'm still outside, he never wanted to pick up my phone call this lately. And when I came home, I checked all the condition of the whole house in rush. I checked my whole house, but it seems I was wrong. And then all of a sudden, I slipped because the floor was wet and my head got hit on the edge of the table.
Oh, I see. I think if only you had checked inside the refrigerator, maybe neither of us wouldn't be here.
One day, little Gustav was given an assignment by his teacher.
Where did the first humans come from?
Little Gustav tried to find the answer, but he couldn't find it, so he went to see his mother.
Mother, I have a question. Where did the first human in the world come from?
Oh, the first person in this world was the Prophet Adam Allahi Salam.
Feeling that the answer was not detailed enough, little Gustav looked for his dad who works as a biology teacher.
Father, I have a question. Where did the first humans in the world come from?
Well, actually, it all come from a long time ago. Humans used to be a chimpanzees, but over time they underwent evolution and continued to develop themselves to be a humans.
What? Mother, I just asked Father the same question, and he said that the first humans came out from a monkeys who evolved into humans.
His mother responded,
Ah, now you know why your mother and your father have different personalities.
One day, there was a frog who thought that he was a handsome prince who was cursed by a witch because he believed he was a prince. He went to a fortune teller's place.
Oh, fortune teller, I want something from you. I want you to tell me what will happen to me in the future.
Okay, Frog. I can see your future. And I would say you will have a good news. There you also have a bad news. Which one do you want to hear first?
I want to hear the good one first.
Okay. One day, there will be a beautiful woman who will be interested in you. She will have been looking for you all over. She will do anything to make you open up and makes you fall for her. And she will try to take your heart to be her.
Hearing this, the frog became happy.
Hooray! I'm so happy, huh? Oh yeah, what about the bad news?
Ah yes, and the bad news is you will meet her in biology class.
On Saturday, little Gustav's parents wanted to vent their desires in bed. They thought of a way to prevent Gustav from disturbing them while they were having fun in bed. Then they made a plan. Gustav was called to the living room.
Gustav, I have a task for you. Please sit on the terrace and tell me all that happened in there.
His mom also gave him ramen noodles, so he wouldn't get bored quickly. When Gustav's parents play,
Father, I saw my friend riding a motorbike.
Great, keep going.
Father, I saw our neighbor Mr. Johnny's mango tree bearing a lot of mango.
Yeah, keep going.
Father, I saw Mr. Johnny is about to play into with his wife on his bed.
Good son. Wait, where do you know that?
Because I saw them telling Andy to sit on the terrace, and they gave him an eating ice cream, kinda like you, Mother.